Welcome back to GVSU's Fieldhouse on this Sunday, December 2nd, and the first ever sports broadcast, and we're here in front of a GVSU Dodgeball game. Dan Spadafora alongside Jordan Boze. And Jordan, we saw a first half today. Grand Valley coming out exactly what we expected in the script, exactly what their captain Mark Trippetti told us was going to happen today. If Grand Valley could push the pace, they'd have the advantage. If Michigan State could slow it down, they would have the advantage. Lakers pushed the pace early. They picked up the first point. Spartans responded by slowing the game down significantly in a point that took over 10 minutes, and they tied the game up 1-1 headed in half number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to remind everybody, you know, that there was 3:33 left in the first half when that second point was scored. So that 3:33 gets added on to the 25 minutes of the second half. So now we have a 28-minute second half for you guys.
The Lakers, again, this game, they participate in the NCDA, National Collegiate Dodgeball Association. Scheduling is on either team. This is not a varsity program. This is a club, but it's one of the more competitive clubs. And today, this could very well be the only home game for GVSU and their seniors. They've never lost to Michigan State. And how huge, Jordan, would this win be if the Lakers could pick up a victory at home for their seniors over Michigan State?
Yeah, it would be absolutely enormous. You know, we have, Mark mentioned to us that we have one player on the GVSU dodgeball team that is graduating in December. So this is very well his last home game for the club dodgeball team.
So we're underway in half number 2. Lakers and Spartans knotted up at 1. We got a quick kill for Michigan State. Number 36 was eliminated. That's Trevor Nordberg for GVSU. So Lakers down 2 now. Another kill for the Lakers. That's number 4. Kevin Bailey is gone, along with number 22. Austin Morley has been eliminated. He was the last player alive in the previous point. So Lakers are down here, just like point number 2. Now they get a kill. Number 3, Riley Robinson heads to the bench. So really important, Jordan, for the Lakers to push the pace. But earlier on, this is the worst way they want to start this point in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. That pace is incredibly important in this game. If you slow down the pace, you can control the balls. You can really control the targeting of the game, and that is huge, especially for Michigan State, because that's the game that they like to play.
So we see the Lakers and Spartans here in this first point of the second half. We're knotted up at 1. It was interesting to me learning about this GVSU tradition in dodgeball. The Lakers at one point, speaking to Bob Stoll, the director of club sports here at Grand Valley, he mentioned to me back in 2007, during that time period when the Lakers had one of the more successful programs in the nation, when they won national titles, they used to outdraw basketball. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Grand Valley has a impressive history in all sports, and so to hear that a club sport was outdrawing a varsity level sport is really impressive. But you know, that really goes to show the kind of publicity that they had at that point in time. You know, Mark mentioned to us that it was a little tough to get publicity out for this game because it fell just after the Thanksgiving break, and it was hard for them to get the proper forms that they needed.
Josh Stevenson has been eliminated moments ago from Byron Center. He heads to the jail. Mark Trippetti still alive again. He has been clocked throwing a dodgeball at 75 miles an hour, the second fastest throw in the NCDA. The only one throwing harder is a player from the University of Kentucky who throws 81 miles an hour. And I know that's about as slow as a major league changeup, but that's still pretty fast.
Right, and I kind of had a chuckle when we were talking to Mark before the game. We asked him, you know, how does it feel to get hit with one of those balls? And his simple response was, well, it never feels good.
We see Mark right now directing traffic at center court. Lakers coming up quickly now. They're down here in point number 3 in the second half. Mark with a throw. I believe it hit the ground first, so he's going to have to retreat along with the rest of his team as the Spartans scored the second point, looking to take their first lead of the afternoon here in half number 2. We're almost down to normal time here as the added time is almost gone. Remember, the added time from the first half was added to the second half. That's the rules in dodgeball. And we're 25 minutes away from the end of this game. Lakers and Spartans still knotted up at 1.
Yeah, you know, when we talked about the speed at which Mark and some of the other dodgeball players can throw these balls, but it's not it's not your typical grip that they have on these things. We got a chance to talk to some of the players, and they teach here at Grand Valley what's called a gorilla grip, which is you wrap your fingers around the skin of the ball to get a more firm grip and create a little bit of torque when you throw, kind of give it some spin when you throw as well. And you see a lot of players here utilizing that grip.
Another Laker has been eliminated, so things not looking well for GVSU again. Scott St. John, the freshman, 6-foot freshman. He's quite the tall guy out there. He's gone. Michigan State controlling the game once again, much like they did in point number 2. Well, you never want to count out the Lakers. Like we've said, they're one of the more powerhouse programs in this conference. 4 national titles. They've made it to the Final Four several years in a row now, and you really can't count them out of any point. And we saw first half, the Lakers were down to 2 or 3 players, and they dragged that point out for a long time. Another Laker has been eliminated as Ryan Knight heads to the jail. Spartans at neutral territory. Sam Hiller next side to Zach Bauer, number 17 on the near side court, alongside 21, Chris Kramer. Another throw and another kill for the Spartans. The captain for the Lakers, Mark Trippetti, heads to the jail, and the Lakers are down to clearly fewer players than Michigan State right now and threatening to trail the Spartans for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely tough elimination there for the Lakers, but they did respond right back by eliminating a Michigan State player. We'll see how things progress.
So Lakers down now in their own end.
Kind of pinned back at the moment. Michigan State has the majority of the balls on the court right now. Well, Michigan State Grand Valley, is making a push as they retreat again.
22-43 here in point number 3 in the second half. Spartans looking to take a 1-point lead. They have the advantage right now. Grand Valley is down to 6 players on the court right now. And there's a kill for Michigan State, 32. Kenny Bacchus has been eliminated, down to 5 players. Michigan State pushing the pressure now.
That was a double elimination as 72 from Michigan State has been eliminated as well.
So Lakers responding a little bit there with that elimination, but they're clearly down and backed up against their own baseline. Down to 5 players. 22-07 in this 1-1 tie. Again, one thing to note, too, this is a co-rec league. The Lakers, they only have men on the court right now. Michigan State, as you can see, they have a female. That's Nicole Halbertson. And she's still alive for Michigan State.
You see some good dodges down there in the corner.
Kill for Michigan State. 44, Tyler Alcartera is out. So the Lakers down to 4 players and another kill. Number 9, Vince Baggett is gone. Down to 3 for Grand Valley. And Michigan State threatening to score 2 points back-to-back to begin half number 2. Michigan State applying pressure at half court. Neutral territory. Zach Ellsworth on the far side. He dodges a ball. Went to Heartland High School. Actually had the privilege of wrestling on the same high school wrestling team with Zach Ellsworth. Happy to see him part of a fantastic program as Grand Valley Dodgeball, and he's still alive here in point number 3. A big part why Grand Valley is still up. And there's a catch for GVSU. A player swing coming back in for the Lakers is number 36, as Trevor Nordberg. Although the swing didn't matter because right after the catch he got eliminated. So Lakers still down to 3, but Nordberg back in after the catch. Nordberg now, center, applies pressure, misses, has to retreat.
It'll be nice for the Lakers to have a little bit of a fresh arm on the court after that catch. We'll see if he can make a difference. Maybe extend this point a little bit.
Lakers back on their own end, coming forward. Kyle Peltier. Peltier has to back up. He's between Nordberg and Ellsworth on the far side. Norberg quickly coming forward, and he is gone. So after coming in off the jail box, he's been eliminated, walks towards over the bench. Lakers down to 2. Ellsworth on the far side and Kyle Peltier on the near side as he retreats once more. Ellsworth with 2 balls on the far side, Peltier with 1. He picks up 1 more on the ground. Michigan State coming forward. Lakers still alive here. Although this game is threatening to go 2-1 in the favor of the Spartans.
And you see these 2 Lakers on different ends of the court. That's a very strategic move to try and divert the fire, try and split up the fire of the Spartans.
Mark Trapetti calling for a hit. He didn't get it, so we're still down. Lakers down to 2. Michigan State, several players still on the court. They've got 6 to Grand Valley's 2, so it's not over for GVSU. They can make a couple catches. They can get back into this point, but they're going to definitely need some players to help out with the catches, and we're going to have a timeout here on the court.
I believe that it's a timeout by Michigan State.
Yeah, 9:07 remaining on the second half clock, still knotted up at 2, so Grand Valley, they're down to 2, Jordan, and it's, like I said before several times, threatening to go down first time at all today to Michigan State, a program that the Lakers have never lost to in their entire history. So they're going to have to regroup and see if they can, get some catches and get back into this point.
Yeah, and you see Mark there at center court talking to the officials, trying to get some concerns straightened out. But
take this opportunity to mention the standings in the NCDA. University of Kentucky has a 13-1 record. They are number 1. Kent State University, number 2. They have a 12-6 record. Michigan State, of course, number 3. I've already mentioned them with a 7-1 record, looking to go 8-1, beat the Lakers for the first time. James Madison, number 4. Saginaw Valley State, 4-3-1, the defending national champions. Michigan State, number 6. Central Michigan, number 7, the national champion a couple years ago. University of Maryland is number 8. Ohio State, number 9. And rounding out the top 10 is Moody Archer Dodgeball. And the Lakers getting set to restart here in the second half point. Point number 3, Zach Ellsworth still alive for the Lakers on the far side of the court. And on the nearest side of the court, it's Pat Talsma for GVSU.
yeah, now as you were reading off those lists, you might notice that some of those teams towards the top have played quite a bit more games than some of the others, especially Grand Valley. That is because of the location. We talked to Mark a little bit. It is really up to the clubs about who they play. And you hear Kent State, they're playing 17, 18 games. That's because they're sort of centrally located in the league. They can travel to Columbus and Ohio State. They can travel to the East Coast and play Maryland and James Madison. So that really gives them an advantage. They get a lot more experience throughout the season.
Lakers still alive, but they've reduced the Spartan numbers significantly now. Spartans down to 5, Lakers down to 2. Clearly with disadvantage. Nice dodge by Ellsworth on the far side, jumping over, dodging the ball just under his leg. And he remains alive. You're going to have to think if the Lakers want to get back into this, you're going to need plenty of dodges like that, and you're going to also need some catches.
Absolutely.
Ellsworth catches it off the ground, so he's still alive.
That was one of the things I asked Mark about when we talked to him. With all these quick cuts and quick dodges, there's bound to be a lot of injuries. And one of the players that has been a staple in the past few seasons, Travis Haggerty, is actually having surgery on his knee right now because he injured it in the first tournament of the season. You get a lot of sprained ankles, sprained knees, dodging like this.
Kyle Peltier with 2 balls coming forward and throws. Ricocheted off the ground. Michigan State, 5 players still alive. 17, 20 and counting in this 1-1 tie. Zach Ellsworth on the far side. He throws and misses. Throw back is missed. So it's a cat and mouse game right now as really Michigan State dominated point number 2. And right now it's a little bit more evenly matched, but the Lakers again down by 2. Or 2 players, I should say. Ellsworth far side coming out to neutral, throws, misses on the ground. Another throw back is missed. Peltier with a throw, and there's a catch. Peltier has been eliminated. So the Lakers are down to 1 player, Zach Ellsworth, the junior from Heartland, Michigan. He makes a dodge on the far side. Michigan State gets a player back in.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a little bit of a questionable call, though, in my opinion. It looked to me like the Grand Valley player dropped the ball on purpose to try and catch it, but Michigan State and the referee saw it as he dropped it because of the ball that was thrown at him, so therefore he is out.
So regardless, Michigan State now 6 players on the court and 1 kill away from taking their first lead this afternoon. Ellsworth dodging 2 balls on the far side, and he's been eliminated. They're going to call it a hit. He has been killed. Michigan State takes the 2-1 lead, 16:09, and the Lakers, after giving up 2 points back-to-back first half and the beginning of the second half, have some question marks for the remaining moments of today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they're letting Michigan State sort of dominate the ball control and the pace of the game. They really need to speed up and play to their strength, which is, you know, quick strikes, quick counters, and keep the game flowing.
Dan Spadafora alongside Jordan Boze bringing you GVSU Dodgeball. The Lakers have only played 4 games so far this season. This is their 5th game of the year. They have a 3-1 record, number 6 ranking in the National Collegiate Dodgeball Association, while the Spartans have played 8 games, this being their 9th game of the year. They have a 7-1 record, and they've got quite the schedule. Their first game of the year, they lost to the University of Kentucky, the number 1 team in the land. And right now, with a 2-1 lead, they were down early. They've come back, certainly demonstrating why they're the number 3 team in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we'll talk about that senior-driven roster that Michigan State has. They're really showing their experience and their composure, coming back from that early loss of a point.
Again, this game, a game very critical to both squads. The Lakers, they've never lost to Michigan State, while the Spartans, of course, very motivated to beat the Lakers for the first time in their history. And a rivalry that's only divided by Interstate 96 is going to come down to this 4th point. Lakers, can they tie it up? We'll see here in point number 4. Quick kill by Michigan State on the far side, and Grand Valley's down early. That's number 10 for GVSU. Matt Zinn heads to the bench, and another kill for the Lakers. That's number 3, Riley Robinson, heads to the bench for Michigan State. So we're even up here, 15-52 in point number 3, or point number 4.
You see Mark Drapetti leading the charge there for the Lakers as they get another kill against the Spartans.
Lakers retreat. Mark Drapetti directing traffic, as Jordan just said. State coming forward now, waiting for some shooting lanes. Here comes the Lakers quickly on a charge. Throws. Nice job by Michigan State dodging on the far side. Lakers have to move back. Michigan State with a 2-1 lead here. Forward to neutral. Again, they cannot cross that white line on the far side of center court. They do, players get eliminated, so here comes Grand Valley now.
Once again, you see the use of that backboard there. Ball, Michigan State throwing ball ricocheting off that and coming right back to them. It can be very beneficial to them in terms of ball control.
It's a good point. Something I never even thought of, the fact that, you know, objects behind the court, balls that bounce back are in play. You can pick them up and use them, so Spartans may miss, but if they ricochet off of something, they can just pick up the ball right after it's thrown.
Absolutely. And, I mean, that can go both ways. It can happen to Grand
Absolutely.
Valley as well.
Lakers on the far side responding on the far side. Throw and a block at center. Nice job blocked there by Eric Paul. He's leading the charge for the Spartans, and he throws a barrage. All misses. Lakers coming the other way. Mark Drapetti crossing the logo. Drapetti fires, and he misses, has to retreat. And Drapetti got eliminated once again. Mark Drapetti has been eliminated for 3 straight points. He heads to the bench. The Laker captain is down. There's a kill for GVSU, number 36. Trevor Nordberg gets a kill. Grand Valley really needs this point, Jordan. They cannot afford to go down by 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the amount of time that's left. There's just over 13 and a half minutes left to go in this second half.
Lakers at neutral, firing on the near side. Nice block there by State, coming back the other way. Down to 13-34 here in the second half. Grand Valley down by 1. Sam Hiller on the near side for the Spartans has to retreat quickly. Grand Valley with a barrage. They have to back up after a couple misses. Lakers back on their own end now. Here comes State at center. Alex Acton on the near side for the Spartans at center. As Zach Bauer across the Laker logo, he fires at center and misses badly. Grand Valley coming back the other way.
Again, you see Michigan State controlling the balls and controlling the pace of the game. This is really not what Grand Valley wants right now. But it is a pretty even matchup right at this point.
Certainly doesn't help when the Spartans hold on to the balls as long as they do. They come forward, throw one, and then retreat. Doesn't give Grand Valley an opportunity to play their game, and their game is pushing the pressure.
There's a catch for Grand Valley.
A nice catch on the GVSU side. Number 9, Vince Baggett makes a catch, and that's a 2-player swing. The Spartan player is out, a Laker is in, and that bodes well for GVSU here in this 4th point.
Maybe that could be the spark to bring back the momentum for the Lakers and bring them even.
Lakers responding quickly now. Throw on is missed. Baggett throws, he fires and has to back up. This really has to be the point where the Lakers dig deep because they, like we've said again, cannot afford to go down by 2. Clock closing in on 10 minutes remaining.
There's another elimination for the Lakers.
So Grand Valley now picking up some pressure here, starting to climb the way back into the point, but here come the Spartans at center. Spartans taking their time, clock shot down, throw and a miss. Lakers responding quickly. No kills on that barrage. Lakers still at neutral. Another throw, nice dodge on the far side. 16, Pat Talsma jumps over a ball on the far side. Lakers throw, no kills. Grand Valley picking their spots. Hard throw on the far side. Lakers have to retreat. So a lot of players out for blue. Michigan State, though, is kind of even right now. Lakers might have the slight advantage in terms of numbers with a couple catches and a couple kills.
Then you hear the shot clock counting down once again for the Spartans. Barely got that one off.
Back and forth right now. No one really wanting to make any critical mistakes. GVCU, of course, really can't afford to make any critical mistakes. Already down by 1 after taking a very quick point, number 1, at the very beginning of today's action. Michigan State, of course, coming back, taking 2 quick points to take the 2-1 lead. And the first point of the second half was very lengthy, like you've mentioned a couple times, Jordan, much like Michigan State's style of slowing the game down and really just picking away at the Lakers.
You hear the Michigan State captain back there in the corner telling them to slow it down, slow it down. They're really trying to control the pace of the game, make Grand Valley work for it.
Nine players alive for Michigan State. 13 players alive for Grand Valley. So they have the advantage, and here they come on the attack. Out to center. No kills, couple dodges. GVSU still at neutral. Michigan State at their baseline at the backcourt. Grand Valley setting up an attack. Couple dodges there. Talsma leading the attack for GVSU along with Vince Baggett. And there's a kill for Vince Baggett. Number 17, Zach Bauer, the assistant captain and senior, heads to the jail. Lakers now have the advantage here in point number 2, but their clock is running against them. We're under 10 minutes, under 9 minutes now. 8:57 remaining, Lakers down by 1.
You know, that last elimination was a result of the calls of the Grand Valley captains for a team throw. That's where multiple players throw at the same person at the same time, as we've mentioned before.
Nice catch in the front of your screen there. Kevin Bailey for GVSU caught one. The Lakers are threatening here to tie this game up. They get another kill, 24 for the Spartans. Andrew Kozar heads to the jail. So the Lakers here looking to tie this game up and perhaps even threaten to win the game in the closing moments of the second half. There's a kill for GVSU, and the crowd responds happily for the Lakers. Spartans down to 5 players on the court. Lakers with the heavy advantage here in point number 4. Lakers pushing the pressure now, clearly playing their game. at neutral. There's a throw and kill. Kevin Bailey with a rocket from center, and number 80, Sam Hiller, heads to the bench. Excuse me, Sam Hiller is still on the court. My apologies.
Once again, you hear Mark Trippetti there barking orders at his team from the sideline, trying to get them organized.
Clearly in the Lakers' favor here in point number 2. 3 players left for the Spartans. Nice dodge on the side for number 6. That's Mark Van Erman for Michigan State. Lakers backing up. One thing they don't want to do, Jordan, is they don't want to make any mistakes and let the Spartans get back into this point.
Absolutely.
Right now, the Spartans down to 3. Right there, Spartans get a kill. Number 19, Kyle Peltier heads to the bench, so little kills like that can get you back into a point. So Lakers have to play smart here.
Now, of course, if they would have gotten an elimination out of that play, that their loss would have been worth it, but they didn't make contact, so that cross-court elimination is very critical for the Spartans.
Like we've mentioned, again, the clock a factor here. Grand Valley really needs to pick up this point before we go under 5 if they want to have a chance to win the game today. 6:41 remaining on the clock. Pretty difficult to pick up a point with less than 5 minutes. But they're going to try. Lakers at neutral. They're disputing a kill on the far side. There's a couple throws. And Sam Hiller disputing the call, but I believe he has been eliminated. So the Spartans are down to 2 players left. Lakers have a barrage of players on their side. Here they come on the far side. Coming out to center. Couple dodges by the Spartans. They're still alive. Down to 6-10. Spartans up by 2 in point number 4. Bailey out to center. He throws and gets a nice kill. He's eliminated, but he throws and kills a Spartan. 1 player left. Couple of dodges there. So Bailey got the kill, but he was eliminated after he was thrown. The last Spartan remaining, that's John Lukensky. And Lukensky comes out to center with 2 balls. Here come the Lakers looking to get the final kill, and there it is. Lakers get it. Tie this game up, 5:39 remaining, and we have a 2-2 tie. Lakers looked great in point number 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially they dropped a little bit early, but they picked it up with that catch early in that point, and from there it was Grand Valley's game the rest of the way.
So the Lakers and the Spartans regrouping on their respective sides, getting prepared for the 5th point today. 5:38 remaining in the second half. And Jordan, this is certainly what we expected coming in. 2 very evenly matched teams heading into a 2-2 tie. You couldn't ask for anything else from either squad today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a very entertaining match today. And it looks like we could be facing an overtime.
Certainly possible. 5:38 remaining. Lakers and Spartans knotted up at 2. Although we mentioned how it may be difficult for the Lakers or the Spartans to pick up a point with less than 6 minutes. We saw the first point the Lakers scored. They scored it very, very quickly. Absolutely. And it's certainly capable if the Lakers can get out to a good start and apply heavy pressure. But that's going to be the key, Jordan, is whether or not the Lakers can apply pressure and play their game by pushing the pace.
Yeah, both of these teams are very capable of getting a quick point on their roster, but we'll have to see.
Getting set to go. Point number 5. Balls are getting reset. Spartans like to play slow. We'll see whether or not they can play Grand Valley style with less than 6 minutes remaining here in the 5th point. We're knotted up at 2. The only home game for the Lakers so far this season. We are underway, tied up at 2 in the 5th point. Couple kills off the throw. Michigan State eliminated number 46. He is gone. Kevin Miller for the Spartans. Lakers really looking to pick up this victory in regulation, but the Spartans are attacking the other way now.
Absolutely. That quick first elimination is going to be critical for the Lakers because that lets them control the balls a little bit. But there we have a Laker getting eliminated.
Mark Trippetti with a throw, and he retreats for GVSU. Down to 5 minutes and counting remaining in the game. 2-2 tie from GVSU's Fieldhouse. You're listening to you are viewing the first ever sports broadcast here on GVTV, Grand Valley student-run television station, and we have quite the game on hand today. The Lakers and the Spartans here at the field house. Lakers never lost to the Spartans, tied up at 2 in half number 2.
You know, I mean, they are listening too.
Yeah,
there's two parts to television.
Absolutely, unless they have it on mute, but I seriously doubt that's happening today. Have a
what you have there
stoppage in play.
That was a shot clock violation for the Spartans. They did not get a throw off in the 15 allotted seconds, so they have to sacrifice all of their balls to the other team, and we'll get a restart here in a few moments.
So that's a huge situation right now, Jordan. That could really turn the portion of this point. If the Lakers can respond and get some quick kills, it's very possible they could win this game in regulation. And Jordan, how critical was that mistake by the Spartans, doing a shot clock violation, tied up at 2 with less than 5 minutes to go?
It's huge, especially the way the Lakers like to push the pace, because I expect a huge barrage here from the Lakers.
Spartans have no balls. They're not capable of blocking. We'll see whether or not the Lakers can be smart. They have all 10, and they're going to fire. Couple players eliminated. We're going to try to pick out through the traffic. We see at least one player headed to the bench. That's John Luzensky. He was the only player left in the previous point. So Lakers only pick up 1 kill on that barrage, so better than nothing. But you would have certainly hoped that they could have gotten more there.
Well, you know, every person counts. So I think they'll be happy with that one elimination. But like you said, I think they would have liked to get at least a few more. But they'll take what they can get.
4:53 remaining in the half. We're tied up at 2. Come the Lakers out to neutral. Couple blocks there by the Spartans.
I think that the Spartans are playing for overtime here. They're really holding on to their balls pretty close.
There's a kill for the Lakers on the far side. Number 3, Riley Robinson heads off, along with number 9, Eric Paul. So a couple players eliminated for Grand Valley. Again, clock not in their favor. They're going to have to be quick, and you would imagine the Spartans are just going to try to milk the clock here. They do not want Grand Valley to win this in regulation.
Absolutely.
I believe that's a kill on the far side for Grand Valley. No, it hit the ground first. So number 19 for GVTV, Kyle Peltier, still alive.
I think they're going to call that a trap because he trapped that ball between the ground and his body. There's a catch for Grand Valley.
Kyle Peltier still alive. And somehow Mark Trippetti fell down. He hit the ground very hard. There's several barrages going on right now. Things getting a little out of hand. Several players are moving off. We're going to get a whistle in the action, slow things down. We had 4 or 5 kills in a row. Mark Trippetti hit the ground hard. We have a timeout on the court. Referees are going to discuss with 2:41 remaining in the half. Things got a little crazy there, a little out of control, Jordan, and we see why this game can move oh so quickly and the game can change so fast.
Absolutely. Losing captain Mark Trippetti will be huge for the Lakers going forward in these last 2 minutes. We sure hope he's okay down there. I think he's a little out of your screen at the moment, but he is down on the floor, holding the back of his head. I think he took a little knock when he fell there.
Yeah, Mark Trippetti was down on the ground. Somehow it took him, he avoided all the hits while he was down. It was pretty impressive that it took so long for the Spartans to eliminate it. Really a dead duck who's just laying on the court like that, but he was eliminated, and we see him now at center court crossing the GV logo, headed to the bench. He is their captain and leader of the team, the senior. We mentioned it a couple times today how critical this game could be for the Lakers. They can pick up a victory, their only home game possibly this entire season. And not only that, Jordan, but a victory today would ensure that this senior class was not the first class to lose to Michigan State.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one of those things. You see that in a lot of sports, that senior class, that class that's going through the school at the moment really tries to hold on to those kind of records.
So we're set to go here, 2:38, and we are underway, clock running, 2-2 time. Michigan State, 8 players left. They're at neutral. Here comes Grand Valley responding quickly. They have to retreat.
Even after that knock to the head, you still hear Mark Trippetti over there barking orders to the rest of his team. It's a sign of a true leader right there.
Here comes Grand Valley the other way, out to center. 2 minutes remaining in the game. 2-2 tie. Lakers have an opportunity to pick up a point, but they're going to have to work very quickly. Spartans down. Quick throw, nice dodge at center. That's Zach Bauer, number 17 for the Spartans, jumped between the ball. Spartans down to 7. Lakers have quite a few still on their line in the backcourt.
Here, both those shot clocks winded down. The Spartans are not going to want to have another shot clock violation. There's an elimination.
Couple kills back to back. Number 24 for the Spartans, Andrew Kozar, heads to the bench. I believe another player also got eliminated too. So Michigan State now down to 6 players remaining. So the Lakers have an opportunity with less than a minute now. There's a kill for Michigan State. 22, Austin Morley is gone. 1 minute remaining. Lakers and Spartans knotted up at 2 here from Grand Valley's Fieldhouse.
And from the looks of things, we are headed to an overtime period here.
Unless we can see the Lakers get 6 kills in less than 40 seconds. Indeed, that may be the possibility. Although I noticed on several of the standings, we saw ties. We'll see how the overtime rules for dodgeball, how they unfold as we're down to 30 seconds here in this second half. Lakers maintaining their advantage. Down to 20 seconds, less than 15 now. Actually saw the clock got hit by a ball. It's really pretty dangerous to be down there on the court as we see the second half expire. So this second half knotted up 2-2, and the teams will huddle around their respective benches.
And as you heard the referee in the center court there say, we are headed to an overtime for this match. So we will take a break and figure out what the overtime rules are, and we'll get back to you once we get that figured out.
2-2 tie, Lakers and Spartans knotted up at 2. He's Jordan Boze. I'm Dan Spadafora. You're watching the first ever GVSU sportscast here on Grand Valley student-run television station GVTV. We'll be right back for overtime between the Lakers and the Spartans.